So let's examine the SELPA approval process. See where it differs or is similar to the LEA approval process. Okay, so here is the CALPADS home screen. And you know that I have a SELPA organization because there's a 4-digit code. LEA level organizations, districts, and charter schools have 7 digits. SELPAs have 4-digit codes. So we're going to stay here. And if you are logged into your SELPA account, you go to certification status. So I'm using the left navigation, and we can see that it's processing. So CALPADS may take a while from time to time, or all of the time. Okay, so here we are on the certification detail screen, and we can see the current academic year, right? So next year, we'll be able to select the new year, and we'll have a historical reference. Since this is the first year that SELPAs have certified CALPADS data, we only have this year available to us. As you can see, the snapshot is listed, Fall 1, and then all the districts in the SELPA are listed with their status, okay? You have the revision status, it's SELPA approved, the SELPA approval status, approved, and then the certification status, certified, okay? And so just to recap, first we have LEA approval, then the SELPA reviews the reports, approves the snapshot that is SELPA approved, right? And that is what's indicated here. And then that would be considered certified, all right? So let's look at end of year 3. So I just changed my submission. This is the end of year reporting cycle. So we're going to look at end of year 3 and end of year 4. So this is what it looks like as LEAs are working for a SELPA. You still have your list of all the LEAs that you support, but you can see there's a little bit of variation in the status. One LEA has approved the revision. As the SELPA, we have not approved it. We're still in the process of reviewing reports. However, we can, and we know that we can because we have an approve button that we can click. Now, if you are busy and you're reviewing reports for many LEAs, you do not have to approve them one at a time. You can also select them. And then at the bottom, approve selected. And as the status changes to LEA approved under revision status, the approval functionality as available action will appear. You'll see a button, and also you'll be able to check. If you wanted to check more than one, you can do select all at the top and then approve selected. SELPAs are not required to review the reports as a measure of functionality in CALPADS. Unlike the LEA, SELPAs don't have green checks or errors that prevent certification. The green checks when you review a report doesn't impact your access or ability. However, SELPAs understand that they are required to review the reports and verify the data within the reports. And so as a SELPA looks at a report, you can see that the SELPA is listed here, but all of the LEAs for each report is listed as well. And so we don't have a status on this report, and there's no data. Let's look at end of year 4 to examine some of the reports. Okay, so we see that we only have one available revision status, revised uncertified. And so as the SELPA, this defaults to SELPA approved. If I click view report, let's see what happens. There's no data, right? That's because we don't have any LEAs in SELPA approved status. All of the LEAs are in revised uncertified. So when we filter out any results by not paying attention to the status. So as you can see, when we change the status, the results rendered. So it's very important that if you're a SELPA, you understand what status your LEAs are in, right? That will help you review the reports. You do not have to wait for all of your LEAs to be in approved status. You can review the reports as they come in. Now, if you have one LEA that's in approved status, you can select approved status, or you can filter for specific LEAs and their status and look at different reports. Also, you want to know how the report is run. You can see that these default filters only include active IEPs. If I'm the SELPA and I wanted to see how many pending records, eligible, not eligible, all these different types of statuses for child find, I would have to select all and get all the statuses. And it's important because I've seen myself, not everybody has been reporting these pending statuses or ineligible or found eligible but no FAPE. You know, all these different statuses that are not 100, 150, 200 may have been neglected. You want to make sure they're not. And then you can, you know, filter by race, ethnicity, English language acquisition status, student age. Again, by default, your 0, 1, and 2s weren't selected. So there's going to be a lot of infants and toddlers omitted. So you just want to make sure we are checking the filters and running the reports for our specific criteria. SELPAs can also access the reports from the reports menu. Here you can see SELPA reports, and you can look at those reports associated to snapshots. So here you can see that there we have our reports here. So let's go back to the certification status screen. And that's about it. There you go. You can select your reports down at the bottom, or you can use the left navigation. And the SELPA is not restricted as far as approving a snapshot by functionality in any means. They're just waiting on you, the LEA. So you can click approve, select multiple, and approve at one time. So that's the SELPA approval process.